question I used to always throw out there. Nobody really had no answer. There was one or two people that answered. Yeah, he saying something. I was like, man, why they don't listen back? Why you never did publicly that what Malcolm X had to say about Egypt to be really known? You know what I'm saying? See, X was a vocal. X was a vocal. He was real vocal. He was very vocal. He didn't mind speaking his mind. He spoke his mind very eloquently when he spoke. But then started figuring out a lot of shit. And I used to always just see X riding on that camera, coming up. He was on a knock it out camera. I think he was on a camera. Riding on that motherfucker coming past the Giza Plateau in Egypt. We know he went to Mecca. And he wasn't very comfortable with what he felt when he went to the Kaaba, when he went down there and was praying with him, man. He looking at a whole lot of blue-eyed folks. When the nation teaching blue-eyed people are devils. Most of them devils and God existing now. Boot up. Yeah, man, I used to always wonder why they ain't let him be vocal about what he felt about Egypt. Because when he went to that plateau, I know he found what he was looking for when he went to Mecca. See, he found himself. He found what he was looking for. So they sent that message to the black man. Niggas been over here up on the Christianity getting whooped, getting their ass whooped, enslaved, and some niggas woke up faster than other people, and some people ain't woke up yet. Still trying to shake them. They get to the point where they don't get to the core. They try to figure this shit off and get back to the truth. But that nigga Malcolm, Elijah Muhammad put him on. And so, like I remember about the tribe of Shabazz, I'll tell you about old man Bruh T. He told me Haile Selassie was God. You know what he told me? He ride around in his Lincoln, he had a couple of Lincoln suicide, no Lincolns and shit. He told me, I said, who that man is right there? I'm a young nigga trying to find my way, man. I was on it until I went to job code. Nigga was telling me my hair on my head supposed to be like that, like the hair on my eyebrow. I said, shit, nigga, my grandma that me. I know y'all niggas tripping, so I eased out of it. I get the good. He ain't saying there ain't no good teachers in it, but it can't be the truth. Why you want me to olive skin? Shit, nigga, I wasn't born with no olive skin. I know this ain't me. I don't want to have no goddamn good hair. Can't get out of my. He plug got pretty hair. You think nigga got pretty hair, nigga? Nigga fucked me up with that one yesterday. That's why my plug got pretty hair. I hope it's a bitch. I hope it's a female. You tripping? Another nigga got pretty hair. Yo, man, I got out of there on that note. And I always been seeking. And so they say this message. They tell you that this man come as a prophet, even with Allah, arm, leg, arm, head. They're making someone be a man before they put it on pedals and put it on one leg. That five is representing a man. Arm, leg, arm, head. That's what it's representing, a man. So now you're gonna resort back to another man again to try to tell you something when it's already inside you. Your soul is connected to the soul. That's why I don't like to use the word spirit. I don't like to use the word holy, because I know these words weren't our original words, and they connected these words to us, man. They connected the word holy to divine. We divine. What's our souls are divine, man. And what make us divine is our caring nature. Feed each other. Feed the people. Feed the animals. Cherish the earth. You know what I'm talking about? Take care of the earth. Be a good steward of Mother Good. Be a steward of good shepherd of Mother Earth. That will make you divine. That will make you different from these people. Our moral system, they using our moral system to try to make themselves look good and hide themselves by latching on with words and saying these words are interchangeable and the same thing. It can't mean the same thing because you ain't got the same intention. Your intention is to rob, kill, seek, kill, rob, and destroy, and all kind of shit. So if that's holy, I don't want no part of it. This was a holy genocide they did, though, man. This shit a holy genocide. They even got their God in the Bible talking about killing all kind of niggas. I'm talking about, when I say niggas, I'm talking about Hebrew. I'm talking about Negroes. These motherfuckers, they right just fucking over all around the world to get rid of the original. For you to become the so-called original, or imitate or fake like you the so-called original, you got to get rid of the real. Cause nigga always be able to go back and say, nigga, you ain't shit, man. That man done started that shit, man. Man, why you lying and say you did? So you got to get rid of the evidence. You got to get rid of the evidence of the truth so you can perpetrate and act like you the truth. You can't perpetrate and act like you the truth and the truth still walking around this bitch, so you got to kill the truth. See, we ain't got no story. We got a divine truth. Our history is divine truth. Killed by stories. Paper genocide. Niggas writing this shit, but y'all ain't living this shit. This shit came from a divine nature of a people that were respecting nature. Agriculture gonna always be the number one thing, because that's how you civilize yourself once you learn how to feed yourself. And we've been feeding ourselves. We went out across the world to try to teach the world how to do the same thing. And they took our shit and turned that shit into religion and started putting man in front of the sun, and that's what fucked it up. The sun is the sun. People still don't understand that. It's so simple. He's shining right now. There you go. You don't need nothing to tell you that the sun right there. I don't need to put Malcolm X in front of it and write a story about Malcolm X being extraordinary and place him in place of the sun. No. He's extraordinary under the sun, like everybody else is under this motherfucking sun. Under the sun. Just like we dig into Mother Earth. Nigga ain't digging into no water from the side, coming up with this archaeological evidence. We digging down into the earth, because we stand upon the earth, upon the face of the earth. And the face of the earth ain't never this one circumference. It's circle, and you looking down at it. It's a top view. Everybody ought to be able to appreciate it being a top view, because you know the spaceships allegedly goes up, right? So they looking back down. And all they show you is one circumference of all these continents, one circle. And then they plaster it on a water ball and tell you the earth is water, and you sitting on this bitch sideways like you got tentacles like a roach or an ant or something, right, walking around a basketball. But yo, man, I used to be thinking about X. I'd be like, man, why they on that Malcolm X say what he had to say about Egypt? I know he had more to say about Egypt than that. I know he did. That's my nigga right there. Ryan played that geezer. He found himself over there. It's time him to go, cause the shit we figuring out now, I think X was on that shit. That's just my thoughts. I think X was on it. If he wasn't on it, he was gonna figure this shit out. Cause you can easily tell the difference between a true African and a true Negro, bro. And once a nigga figure that shit out, with real common sense and lean into your understanding and figuring that shit out. See, today is so diversified that you got our bloodline being born in Africa. Some of them niggas Negroes and think they African, cause they born into this pool of mess. Nigga, you a motherfucking rise. You rise as a motherfucking Hebrew, nigga. The Americans are Hebrews, my nigga. And I just had to come to that realization when I followed that language and followed my nigga. We know the truth. Now I know once I got there and get to that dialect, I gonna find out some more shit. I know I got a whole lot of shit in my head, but I said I ain't never really studied the dialect. So that's why I just started with Aramaic, Amharic, Yiddish, trying to figure out the language. You digging this shit out the ground and finding what you find in the ground in America on the walls over there. Niggas already with the headdress, already with the laws of my art, the bezels. All that shit already over here, and this shit way older than all that shit they got over there. That shit crazy, man. Motherfuckers say, goddamn. Motherfuckers sent the message to the black man in America. I said, well, goddamn it, who sent it? They say Elijah. I think they say Elijah Muhammad wrote. I got the screenshot. I said, well, who got that? Where he get the message from? Who sent it to him? From Muhammad. For Muhammad. Well, where he get it from? Oh, he the prophet. He Allah himself. Oh man, this is not Jesus story. Oh, this nigga, oh he the God. He Allah himself in the flesh down here talking to nigga. Just like they got that, just like goddamn the other Elijah. See how they connected that shit? I ain't never think about that nigga name. I ain't never think about Elijah and Elijah. See what I'm saying? Oh, this the oh shit, I just caught that shit on live. I just caught them apples on live, y'all. So when Elijah, he gonna come back and be the prophet, and that's what they latch on with they shit. Cause Elijah was sin. Elijah is sin and left the purple motherfucking robe in the wow. Nigga, why I ain't never connect that dot? I just connected that dot just oh, so Elijah coming back. He the one that was ascending into the heaven without dying, without death. In real life. The fuck? He the one ascending into the heavens without death. He the one come back as John. Oh man, all this shit intertwined. I just caught them motherfucking hours just now on live. Just had that motherfucking revelation, just did. I said that's just like goddamn mother who goddamn ascended to the heavens without death. So he went to heaven in a human form. God loved him so much. And this the nigga that supposed to came back. This is this nigga perpetrating to be. Man, ain't no way in hell my people keep going for this kind of shit, bro. That shit crazy. I just tied that shit together, bro. So that's what they talk. So this is what they talking about. Gonna come back. That shit crazy. This is what they talking about. Gonna come. Hold on. Yeah, man, I just not connected them dots right, that dot right there. So this the Elijah, this how they connected to the biblical. This how they connect right here. Cause the prophet got to come back, right? Right? Okay. Yeah, I done got down. All my trying to talk, I just caught that shit. I just caught that shit, y'all. I just caught that shit, y'all. In real life, I just caught that shit. I just caught that shit. You know, because in the last chapter of Malachi, the last chapter of the Old Testament, in the last chapter of the Old Testament, God comes back like he supposed to. That's the Son, S-U-N, of righteousness in Malachi. That's how he comes back. He came back. So now they making these predictions about other motherfuckers coming back. This is how they connect on to the story. So this is why Jesus and John the Baptist so important. Oh man, okay, I see what's going on now. I see what's going on now. Connecting that look like. I ain't know Rice got on. I ain't remember got Rice got on his for real. Like that. But I see what's going on now. These the prophets that gonna come back. And both of them came back together. That's why it was so important for John the Baptist to be the one to baptize Jesus. And that's why it was so important for them to rejoice in them bellies together. Mary and Martha though. Okay. But this nigga say he was Allah himself. He was God. And nigga went for the okie doke there. Cause they were tired of the Christian stuff. Cause the Christian was over here burning crosses and Ku Klux Klan and niggas. So they like, it gotta be something else besides this. So when they sent the message to the black man with the Islam thing, niggas jumped on it. But they said the black man. And a black man sent it. And then the other black man who got it from, this nigga ain't no nigga. Y'all look at that nigga problem like this something. That nigga ain't shit. That nigga ain't no nigga, man. That nigga, he intertwined with the fuck shit. Huh? So Malcolm went up there. Okay, that's crazy. So he supposed to be the prophet Elijah that they said that was gonna return. And he the one returned, that's John the Baptist. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you what's going on. That's why I went so crazy when them niggas talking about John the Baptist was the father of masonry. They ate that shit back up. But I still got it on one of them lives. Then they didn't change around like they got wearers. No, that motherfucker shit, I got it. They said John the Baptist was considered to be the father of masonry. How is that? It was in his heart. His temple, everything was in his heart, in his thought. He ain't got no temples. He ain't got nothing. It's just his heart. Sitting back thinking about how to take over shit. But that's what it was. This how the prophet. So this how they intertwine right here. This how Palestine and Israel doing the fighting right now. Islam versus the Jew. This the whole war now about inheritance. And when you connect on to Islam, you got to go all the way back and connect back to Abraham. That's why all of them gonna go back to Abraham. I don't give a fuck cause you spell his name different. Nigga, you talking about Abraham, a nigga named Abram. They slapped Ham on the back of his name. He got them to add the little black races into that shit. Ham, see what I'm saying? And it's go back to Ishmael and Isaac. They go back to Ishmael and Isaac, Abraham's sons. And they go back to goddamn Sarah not wanting Ishmael, the chambermaid goddamn son, to indulge in the inheritance of her son Isaac. Did you? See, that's what's going on. And that's what they fight for now, their inheritance. But they didn't get down genocided you out of all your shit. And Malcolm knew it. And Malcolm knew it. Malcolm said, man, you can't goddamn change no laws. People who has been committed to motherfucking genocide and still committed to committing genocide on my people. What you mean, Malcolm? Did you think you was still African? Did you think you realized it was some bullshit when you went to Malcolm? He said, these motherfuckers don't look like me. He can't even pray for looking around, looking at all these motherfucking Arab ass niggas around here, man. Well, all these Middle Eastern ass motherfuckers, they took over Egypt and everything by the time you got there, man. But see, you seeing your people on the walls that would touch you, dog. You went in there and seen motherfucking copper tone indigenous motherfucking Hebrews on the walls, and that shit changed your life. If they would have let you continue to breathe, you was gonna figure that shit out. That them goddamn Egyptians came from America and came over there and cultivated that goddamn desert, and they was warring against every other race that was in that area about their goddamn crops. And then they become indentured servants because they the ones who feed, they the ones who run the crop. But the niggas came and got in power and started regulating the crops, who gonna eat, they gonna cause famine in the land, they gonna tax you. This is when the government shit come in, the 10%. God wants 10% and the government, that's 20%. And all they gotta do is sit back and make you believe what they say and live forever as royal people, and you pay them to live. That's the cost of living. You gonna pay them to live. That's crazy. Y'all just put that shit together. Oh, so that's why Elijah is so important. Because they say he's gonna return. And they was waiting on the return of Elijah. From where? from the end of Malachi, the last chapter of the Old Testament. So they waiting on Elijah to return. I just put that together. I know a lot of people already probably put that shit together, but you know, I ain't the smartest motherfucker. I ain't the smartest, brightest crayon in the goddamn crayon box. You feel? So this is why we latched on to that shit, cause you read scriptures and you connecting your dots and get intertwined into some Middle Eastern ass shit. Cause when you came from, you went over there in that desert and got down and built shit, agriculture, civilized motherfuckers. Yeah, when they civilized the world, they come back for them all to tell you was the uncivil motherfucker when they walked up on you in 1492. All of a sudden you just uncivilized. They even got, but they talk about the Hebrews and not talking about them motherfuckers, they just mercenaries. They just took the land from them and made you laborers and, yeah, so they Hebrew slaved us out for real. But I always just say, goddamn, what the fuck Malcolm got to say about goddamn Egypt, Mike? What Malcolm got to say about Egypt, Mike? I know he was there, cause I see him goddamn riding in front of the pyramid. I know he was there. They got a couple little quotes from him. I think he put his thumb on that shit. Like when he went up in that bitch, the niggas already gone. Niggas already gone. Niggas been gone since 525 BC. Niggas been gone since 525 BC. You done had white folks and everything that took over that shit, man. White man coming up fighting against goddamn the next motherfucker took over. Then Persia come through there and take over that bitch. Then the Mongol Empire just stepped down and put the whole shit get in caboodle when goddamn the Mongols take over. Cause all these whole Mongols, what the fuck going on? So you sent me a message to the black man. Yeah, they was sending a message to the motherfucking black man. Black man over there sending it to me. Goddamn Hebrew, Egyptian motherfucker. Ain't down one of them, I don't want fucking message. You ain't talking about shit. Ain't going on no goddamn Middle East. Everybody still trying to connect themselves over there in the Middle East instead of taking your shoes off and putting your foot in your dig your hand in the goddamn dirt with some sticks and shit and make some pies. Get back into it. Hey, baby. Goddamn dang yellow in the bed. First lady, motherfucker, 3 TV'd out. Dollar Nation. What you doing? I'm just chilling, riding to live in this cot. Everybody want to goddamn connect to the east. Instead of putting their foot over here. Make a few mud pies, man. Man, get in the dirt, shoot some mobs and stuff, get on your knees in the dirt, man, and connect to your own land. Your land over here, connect to what the fuck going on over here. Cause what you got over here, man, it's so deep that it kills everything these people ever been putting out here. And it all was killed with a holy genocide, bro. We the result of the genocide. But this shit, I just connected that dot, bro. Elijah, he said he the father of masonry. He had to baptize Jesus. He had to come. He rejoiced in the belly. See, a lot of them don't even know he came back. They don't study this shit. I learned that, I learned that and called my mama and grandma like, hey, y'all know goddamn Elijah came back and he joined the Baptist doctor now. No, baby, I ain't know that. I ain't now want them to know, but they gave it to me. I said, y'all busy. I said, well, I know I ain't got to keep goddamn referring back to them as a reference because they ain't doing no real study. I said, I know it and they don't know it. So I continue my study. I've been studying this stuff, man. I've been studying this stuff. But I just not put that together that that's the prophet they were waiting on. That was the beginning of Islam. So you got Islam and Christian right there together, being blessed, and get what? Moses got down there, man, the folks over there in Israel don't give a fuck about no Christians. They already know they defaulted out. They don't give a fuck about them, that goddamn Pentateuch. The first 5 books, that's all they talk about. That's all they give a fuck about. Moses, Jew. That's it. And the other one don't give a fuck about Islam. That's it. It's an Islamic Jewish war over so-called land inheritance, or the inherited land that goddamn you supposed to get from Abraham. That's what they fighting about, bro. And Moses, we know he ain't no damn Hebrew, cause He ain't no Egyptian. He ain't no Egyptian. When I say Egyptian, I ain't talking about no African. I ain't talking about no Osiris and all that. I'm talking about us. We the Egyptians. See, now the whole total understanding of the story now, of the truth now. See, we the Egyptians. So this is, here come the latch on. They finna latch Moses in him. Here come Momo. Here come Momo, little Mo. I already called him other little Mo. Now I gotta call Moses little Mo. How you tell the Abraham story? Where you get the story from? Where you get the story of Abraham from? Chaldea. That's where his dad was. He was a Chaldean. Abraham was Chaldean. He was in Chaldea. Huh? With his father. But where you get the story from, Momo? See what I'm saying, little Mo? How you get the story? Because you was raised in all the ways of the Egyptians. These folks raised you. Your folks allegedly starving, but we came over here to feed you. Why y'all starving? Who to put down and say y'all can't eat no more? Who put these laws down on nature? Because we don't think like that. It's in our nature to be over trying to feed you. But y'all niggas trying to kill all the crops and all, ain't warring against the niggas, warring against the crops. Ain't got no patience, ain't got no virtue. Ain't got no moral sense of how nature go. Trying to teach you can't do it like that. This is how the seasons go. It has rainy season. Now we got to move to the highland. Now you got to see this. Look, you see that swarm right there. This how it swarm. See this April. Yeah, this is when we seed the earth. And then we got to wait on the crop. Don't go fuck with it yet. Then we gonna harvest. Then we store this shit and we can eat all year long. Have extra and everything. But you can't disrespect the motherfucking law, nigga. The laws of nature. I'm trying to teach y'all this shit. So Momo, you know all the ways of the Egyptians. He know all the ways of the Egyptians, but he ain't talking about no Egyptian story when he go to talk about this Chaldean. You speaking down on you biting the hand that feeds you and speaking down on the people that feed you. Somebody, let your people go. What? Let your people go? Man, none of your people nigga raised you. Oh, see, I know I should have never started this adoption shit. I done adopted this nigga that turned on me. I done adopted this nigga that turned on me, man. Somebody let these people go. Man, what is you gotta teach these folks? See? He told the story, his main thing with the story of Abraham. He wouldn't have got the laws. He wouldn't have got the 10 Commandments that was already here. All that shit already been. You can goddamn go back. You can go back to Africa and find that shit with a tall tip. But then you can goddamn go on back a little further to get where you gonna find it at. Coming right from your ancestors. Coming right from the real Hebrews over came from America, your bloodline. We already had this shit, man. And they took it and wrote it and did how they wanted to do it to make themselves substantial and make sure they kill the truth. And you are the truth. They got to kill the truth to become the truth. The only way they can become the truth is to kill the truth. See, that's what's going on. That's what went on in real life. That's what went on, man. And when Malcolm went over there to Giza, bro, if he went inside anything over there and seen anything on that wall, that man seen himself. That's when he started going against all. He started exposing them niggas for being adulterers and having sex with little young ass 14, 15-year-old girls, not just having sex, having babies and harems with them, living like them Arabs. They want to be just like them Arabs. That ain't our style, bro. That ain't divine, bro. We divine. See, we divine. 17, 18 wives and shit, concubines and shit. We divine, bro. See what I'm talking about? We in unison right here around this bitch. We moving as a unit, man. We doing what we supposed to do on God's green earth. We sustaining the earth, sustaining the animals, taking care of the animals, and taking care of each other. First of all, we feed each other. You can't beat that. That will make it civilized. That's how we know we civilized all you niggas. Gave you niggas cradle of civilization for you to try to perpetrate like you the truth and the son of the truth. Oh, he lies. Boy, I just like, boy, that shit just hit me while I was on live, bro. I ain't never put them by me calling up, by me thinking in the way I was just thinking about. I said, this shit remind me of goddamn, and then when he hit me. Oh, so that remind me when God ascended Elijah to the heavens. He came back as the son of righteousness. That's supposed to be it. But this to be continued. This the next series. So the next series they're gonna come out with the Islamic and the Christianity. But the Jew writing it. Y'all don't get it. God just came back as the son of righteousness. They got the sun this on all that shit. That's your shit. The God of nature. God's son. Y'all don't get it. So when that book is boom, Pentateuch, now they got a latch on. They said that he gonna come back. And they always try to say the son, he always been here in spirit. That's what they try to say. And that's why it was so important for them two to do okay. And so that one okay. That one is Joe go in a cave and get revelation. Now he God himself, he Allah himself. And y'all went for that. But the truth gonna kill all of them, brother. They got all that shit right from the miracles. Right from the teachings of your people. This stuff was already out here. My already out here. We was already doing all this, and they killed the truth. Tried to kill the truth, but the truth still standing up. Because I'm telling you right now, real talk, real life. Let me go look at some of these motherfucking screenshots. I'll be out here for a minute. Let me go look at some of that. That my nigga Malcolm X right there, y'all. Coming across geese. That's why I know. After he came back, he started bucking. He did just like goddamn Cali Muhammad. Cali Muhammad said, what all my people if they motherfucking Catholic, Baptist, give a fuck what they is, whatever they is, whatever my people is, whatever look like me, whatever got my features and my bloodline is, whatever they is, that's what I am. I'm standing up for them. That's why I love that nigga Cali. Them niggas got mad because Cali started wearing that Egyptian ankh on his hand. See? Put a hit on him. Put a hit on Malcolm. His own so-called religious people of the same nation put hits on niggas. Because them niggas goddamn is trained to be in the covenant with the motherfucking false teachings. The true teachings came from us, bro. The true teachings are divine teachings, bro. True morals and shit. Yeah, real talk. Patience, virtue and shit. Shit, I gotta goddamn work on. Shit, I gotta goddamn get working on my patience and shit. We're here talking about this bitch. Gotta get back, gotta get about goddamn divinity. Yeah, for real, dog. This shit be having me mad as hell. All I want to do is get to the truth. And the truth out here now, man. And this time y'all start teaching y'all children, goddamn, what the fuck really going on in the world now. Why we're in the position that we in and ain't got shit. And we the most divine people on earth. But they want us to be savage so bad here, we ain't got all the talk, but it look like savages. Nigga goddamn got to get it. Nigga got to get it. That my boy Malcolm now though. That joker don't play. Malcolm do not play. Let me go through these screens. So I'm chill, I can chill. Yeah, genocide is the deliberate and systematic destruction in whole or in part of a nation, ethnic, racial, or religious group. We got to take this back to 1948 with these folks. Y'all done made it law. But get what X said. X said, man, laws can't goddamn go against no nigga who been committed to genocide and still committing genocide. They committing genocide right now because of that cultural convergence shit. How the fuck you gonna tell me we ain't connected to these people? This ain't all my folks about some goddamn. Man, y'all crazy as hell. You know them your people. That great grandma, goddamn baby sister, cousin, son, who moved to goddamn Missouri, and then he had goddamn Papa Joe, and yeah, that's all us, nigga. Fuck, you don't tell me this man got the same shit I got, and then you got our shit. You got our shit. You ain't none of my folk. You the one that ain't my folk. We got the same shit, the same concepts and everything, but we ain't the same bloodline. That's how they killing the bloodline. I got a screenshot where I made that nigga run my theory on how that bloodline working. That make perfect sense. It make perfect sense. That's how they killed the bloodline. Separation. That's part of genocide, right? What the definition of genocide? I got the whole definition of that. What that bitch at? Look, hi Peru. Look how they took Peru. Look how they took Peru. And get what Peru connects to. Read it. Hebrew. Hi Peru. So them folks in Peru, they Hebrew, huh? The people from the Americas are Hebrews, huh? See, this is how they used to say, and then you spell it with a B too. H-A-B, Habaru, Habaru. That's how I connect to Hebrew. Say you these words, goddamn fuck niggas up with these words, bro. Fuck word holy. We ain't no, our word with divine. Now, always mean the same thing. When they can't mean the same thing, your attention, your holy intention is to fuck me around, bro. But in today's society, yeah, they be the same thing. How? It didn't come from divine people. It didn't come from a divine people. I don't like using nothing them folks be talking about. I like to use their words, see where their words come from, get to the origin of the word, and compare the word to their mindset and their culture and what they're about. Oh, this is how they latched on right here. This is how I be looking at it. This is how they latched on right here. That shit said, goddamn, that word is connected to Hebrew. Peru. This is where they get Haru from. This is where Haru, this is the original Haru. This is where this thousand come from. Peru. See? I gotta do a catch there. I gotta do a catch there. I gotta do a catch there. Get members of the group causing serious out of their home. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. Deliberately inflicting conditions calculated to bring about the group's physical destruction. That's what they did. That's where we at. They committed genocide on us. Malcolm X said that. Malcolm X said that. Look at it. Now we connected the Phoenicians to the Nazi Indians, connected them to that goddamn copper that they was transporting from the Great Lakes in the West, and they connected themselves to Canaan. So they weren't killing no Africans in Canaan. They was getting rid of the Negro. Man, they was getting rid of the Hebrew, man. They was getting rid of the peasant that don't do nothing but working in the field, plant seeds and all that shit, the peasants of the day. If you work on the farm and the crops and do all that shit today, they call you just a peasant. You ain't royal, you fuck all that shit, nigga. You just keep on feeding those niggas. We gonna keep on taxing you. You goddamn be on the land now. And you can be the father, agriculture, all that shit. You ain't no motherfucking God, nigga. Hold on. I don't like y'all looking at all this shit going this morning. Get on my motherfucking nerve, right? Let me shoot up these. Swag. See? Oh, that's strange. I don't know what the fuck I got that up there for. The explicit command. You see this? The command to destroy Canaan. Why are you trying to destroy Canaan? Cause the nigga was exiled out of their own shit and run up in that bitch. It was coming from the other direction too, as Phoenicians. The Negro race. Them Egyptians. I always say, I said, that's how they connect. And I said, man, fuck, I don't even believe in Canaan no more. I gotta goddamn believe big. I'm gonna let that shit go so now I'm back on it. Them my niggas over there. The explicit command from God to the Israelites, to the fake Hebrew, acting like Moses out there telling his people they got that. That's who Moses teaching. Moses teaching the so-called enslaved Hebrew. But he ain't teaching. Why you talking to them Israelites and Abraham and the people that look like you? that you found out to be your real folk. You ain't teaching the Egyptians. You ain't none of the Egyptians. You learning all the ways of the Egyptians, but you out here teaching the so-called enslaved Israelites. That's what you talking for. You talking for Abraham and a fake ass Arabs and shit, and a fake ass Hebrews and shit. That's what you talking for. That's what you teaching. That's who Moses teaching. After them Egyptians raised his ass and stood him up and made him a substantial motherfucker, he fucked around and looked in the mirror and seen himself. Like Malcolm X went in there and looked in that motherfucker and seen himself. Like when you go on that bitch and look on that bitch and say, hold up, man, them ain't no motherfucking African, man, them Egyptians look like me. And see yourself. So when Moses seen himself, shit, his soul went with his spirit, went with his people. I don't think they got him so, but he went with his people. Them my brothers and shit. So now he out there teaching their story. The Israelites. We're the Israelites, we the Hebrews. So that's the connection. Now that's the connect and the disconnect at one time. This how they take the shit. This how they do it. See? See how they do it? See? This how they do it. Moses out there teaching this. He out there teaching them slaves. So-called slaves, nobody slave them folks. Them folks coming in and latching on to a story and attacking motherfuckers and trying to steal crops and trying to commit genocide on your motherfucking ass. Huh? To destroy the inhabitants of Canaan, including men, women, and children, is found in Deuteronomy. You can go look it up. 20, chapter 16, 17. You can go look it up. See, this they God. And some of y'all ain't understanding that they ain't your God. That's their God. That's what commanded them to kill your ass. And what they killing over there is not Africa. They over there killing Negro bloodlines. Them bitches over there killing the truth. And you the truth. The Western Plateau is the truth. We the truth. And that's what they killing, the truth. And then when they went up in Canaan and did that shit, they were killing the truth. That's what the fuck they were killing. The truth, I'm telling you. Huh? Huh? But he's so merciful though. He ain't no mercy on these Canaanites. Children. Now y'all go crazy, niggas must kill the children and shit like that. But these niggas said kill the children. Get rid of all the inhabitants. What they do? What they do? Yeah, what y'all? I can show y'all passages where they said them Canaanites had been there since the days of old and was quiet, peaceable people. You understand that? They said them Canaanites had been there since, they would write, they would read now. They had been there, they was quiet, peaceable people who had occupied that land since the days of old. They occupied that desert, irrigated that desert, brought civilization to that bitch, and had been there since the days of old, and came with divine teaching. And they was quiet, peaceable people. And God said, kill every last one of them, the children and everything. Kill the whole inhabitants. Don't leave none of them breathing. I'm just saying what it is now. She like me now. Don't get mad at she like me. I'm tired of niggas getting mad at me. I just trying to show you what's going on, man. This genocide shit. But the citizens and the people of the Lord, God is giving you, I'm gonna give you they shit. I'm gonna give you these Negroes shit who came over here and showed y'all some shit. God turned on us. Look, you shall save alive nothing. You shall save alive nothing that breathes, but you shall utterly destroy the Hittites. Damn, he don't want the Hittites in that bitch. Get rid of them too. And the Amorites, the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, I don't know who that is, and the Hivites. And the just go in there and kill all that shit in Canaan, man. And that's the land they fighting over now. That's the land they fighting over now. Because of the inheritance of a dude named Abel. And God still following this shit. It's still to my God of war. They ain't screaming peace nowhere. And them motherfuckers over there look just alike. Iraq and Iran, the same motherfucker. Iraq and Iran, the same way. I got to do it. Look at each other. They can't get all script for their goddamn self. They went over there and killed them niggas. They went over there and killed them niggas on the command of God. This passage is often an example of the warfare of the Old Testament biblical scholars. The historian frequently analyze specific directives and context, ancient Near Eastern warfare culture. So that's their culture. Warfare, so that's their culture. So you know who we were warring against when we went over there and set up Saul trying to steal the crop. That's their culture. No, that's their culture. Huh? Ancient Near Eastern military rhetoric frequently used the higher language like destroy them. I don't need all that. I don't need all that. Oh, she keep going to that mother like she can't bag that bitch up. Military. That's their culture. That's their culture. How they gonna use people in linguistics who come from the Proto-Germanic word? Oh, this is where the holy come from. Huh? It wasn't our word. It's like just like the North Star one called North Star, but everybody just adapted North Star. Nah, you don't say North. That's they shit. It ain't no North Star. Ain't no North Pole. That ain't what it's called. That's what I want to see right there. Put that back on there right there. It's X. This is what X tell you niggas. This is what X. You can't change the history of a country that has been committed to genocide and is still committing genocide just by changing the law. Just by changing the law. I think X was finna figure their ass out. Came back and made him and Martin had goddamn made the agreement that they was margin they deserve reparations. Soon they start saying they want some reparations. Why they saying they want reparations? Malcolm had put two and two together, bro. Malcolm had put two and two together, bro. He wasn't turning no other cheek. Him and Martin start not clashing and start talking and congregating and stuff and realize that, hey, man, these folks old up, bro. I ain't never heard Martin Luther King preach Jesus Christ. All I heard him preach was goddamn civil rights. I ain't never heard him give a sermon like they give a sermon now. Nah, that man was talking about equality, civil rights. That's what he preached. And them niggas had got together, them niggas got a million, man. If Malcolm and goddamn Martin would have went to Washington, D.C. and goddamn had a million niggas out there, you think they would have been out there talking about goddamn selling the bean pie and shit, man? Folk been out there say, y'all see this goddamn, this checking right here in the ground? Do you know some of our ancestors were found up in this bitch? Do you know what this checking represent? Who is this nigga? Do you know what this checking represent? Who is this nigga? Let me see this damn boy. I see it. I see it. But that old Malcolm said, yeah, genocide. So he understood. That message of the black man wasn't there to him no more. He started going in on all them niggas. They had to get rid of him. He had to figure that shit out. He finna wake some niggas up with this shit. No, yeah, genocide is strictly illegal under the international. It is confided. It is codified as an international crime under the 1948 Genocide Convention, officially Convention of the Prevent. So when they gonna give us our shit, bro? With all this information we bringing forward, we need to be going up under this shit. No, we need to be going up under this shit. Now when we gonna get our reparation? They gonna knock our ass out like Malcolm. Who ready to die? 3 folks here, my last one. Who ready to die? I said, now look, educated in all the ways of the Egyptians, he was a powerful in speech and action. This aligns with the Old Testament account of Exodus, where he adopted by Pharaoh's daughter and raised up within the royal court, and then changed on them niggas and went back to talking this shit about it. Give a fuck about this bitch. When Moses wrote the Torah, including the story of Abraham, his primary audience was the Exodus generation of Israelites. That's who we talk to. He talking to their folk. Let his people go. Well, y'all niggas sound a straight gentleman. Let his people go. He ain't talking about the Egyptians. He ain't talking about letting the Egyptians go. What you talking about? Nigga, you supposed to be Egyptian. Nigga, you been eating it bit for years. You a royal member of the Egyptian society, nigga. But you don't look nothing like them because you came from the other side. You understand their true identity as ancestral covenant with God and their divine right to the promised land. To the promised land, they still fighting right now today over this story. They still fighting right now today over this story. I asked that nigga, I said, wouldn't this be considered a motherfucking, yes. I said, wouldn't this be a holy genocide, my nigga? Then what I asked goddamn Gemini. He said it 2-3 different ways first. I said, yeah, I understand that, but wouldn't this be considered a holy genocide, bro? In the Bible, Hebrew is the oldest ancestral term used for Abraham and his descendants, while Israelite specifically refers to the descendants of Abraham's grandson Jacob, who was changed his name to Israel. Initially, the Israelite and Hebrew represent the same lineage, and the people of group of different stages in the story. Where that what I asked that nigga that shit at? Where that what I asked that nigga that shit at? Oh, I done lost it. I had asked that nigga that shit. He's in your somewhere. It's all good though. The old map, the X said, I had to go to Cairo though. I'm gonna look up all this shit. I'm gonna see what X was on. I think X had figured this shit out. He received a message from Walid Far Muhammad. So the message to the black man came to a black man, but it came from a black man from Far Muhammad. You look at him, you can tell he ain't no Hebrew. You can tell he ain't no Hebrew. He supposed to be the founder of the Nation of Islam. Elijah Muhammad taught was Allah in person. Taught was Allah in person. Man, these niggas, they think they African. They don't learn that dumb shit. You can tell them niggas got Negro blood. Y'all niggas ain't no motherfucker African. This shit so crazy. This is so crazy. Mount Far Muhammad claimed to be the message was divine relation. It was divine harm. And I just put that shit together that the Elijah they talking about was the Elijah that ascended to the heaven without death. And they were waiting on the prophet to come back. He came back. And when he came back, if y'all think I'm lying, y'all go look it up. He came back as John the Baptist. And he rejoiced in Martha Bennett, him and Jesus. And it was meant, prophesied for him to be the only one that was going to be able to baptize Jesus. That's why he was on. That's why they had to come back to baptize Jesus, bro. And that's how they keep out Christianity and Islam, bro. That's how they keep both of them off. With that being said, my nigga, y'all stay up, man, and know that all the things they talking about was already here thousands and thousands of years before they got to the story and started messing. You can go back and see why they got this sheep feeding down on the corn. You can go back and see why they be playing the harp, because the harp is in our illustrations of the seasons in the sky, dealing with nature and agriculture. We are the true people of agriculture, so we are the people that symbolize the world, bro. That's all I'm trying to tell you. And them Egyptians are the first Egyptians that was there. That's our bloodline. Before they tried to goddamn charcoal black it with Osiris black ass. And Haru, that's our shit. His son, that's our shit. It look like they try to keep ISIS. ISIS like a little pretty little goddamn American little girl up. You feel what I'm saying? Try to keep a little something on. You know, it's just like cheese on the trap, bro. They gotta have some of your shit in it to make you want to goddamn bite. Cheese on the trap. They got to trap you with a little cheese. They can do that. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna goddamn drag on like this bitch, man. I'm gonna eat my little teddy chip, man. This think they gonna be my last little go around. I gotta put the head in. I gotta go goddamn see about my motherfuckers. I gotta go back to go see about my life. Shout out to goddamn the first lady of Color Nation 3GP. You did my life. You hear me? I said, damn, we got this bitch. Annie, yo! Them Egyptians, the first Egyptians are Hebrew. And that's who they killing. That's who they exiling. That's who they doing all that killing to. They ain't got to do all that killing. They already went in there and flushed the alcohol and made them niggas bow down like a motherfucker. And half of them niggas did cahoots with the dumb shit. They learned it. They in there getting the teaching that they done put down and making the Pope look like Osiris on the wall and all this old shit. Trying to lay out on the bed the same way. Man, this ain't goddamn what you got to nature about. Man, everybody give a fuck about you sitting no chill, thinking you holy nigga. Everybody give a fuck about you laying down your holy, wearing your holy. Everybody give a fuck about that shit, nigga. Give a fuck about eating and feeding each other divine and our divine nature, nigga. We trying to be more powerful, be more royal than the next nigga, have a bigger ring than the next nigga, and all that old shit. Kill a nigga that say you ain't the truth. Yeah, because you killed the truth. You killed the divine, you killed the divinity of our people, nigga. We divine people, nigga. Y'all killed the truth. The truth is being the holy is not holy, divine is divine. It ain't the same thing. I got a divine soul. You can keep spirit and keep holy for me. I'd rather have my divine soul, my connection to nature, my connection knowing that sun gonna rise. With healing in his wings every day. All of them got the sun, bitch. All the structures got the sun. That's number one thing they got. They gonna put somebody in front of them so they can tell their story and magnify themselves. That's what's going on. But anyway, I'm out there teaching. I said, boom.